Hi everyone, it's Sunday night. Thank you again so much for joining me. I am very excited to share with you every single Sunday night. Tonight, I'm not going to be reading anything that I've written. However, I am going to be sharing something that's been very profound for me, and that's called Alexander Technique. Before I do that, I did want to update you on my week, and Tuesday was a very productive writing day for me. I have a woman in Canada who I've met through my writing group, and we have met maybe 3 times so far on Tuesday afternoons, one-on-one. We end up talking a little bit, we write on our own, and we come back and talk about what we did, and I've learned a lot from her, and that's something we do periodically on Tuesdays. And then I found a new group through Meetup called Shut Up and Write, and I met with them for the first time on Tuesday, and they meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm going to join them as much as I possibly can, so that's pretty exciting. I also wanted to thank everyone for the feedback they're giving me and share a couple of things. First of all, I know my title is a very working title, and I've also learned that the title itself kind of arises from the words that are written. So the more I write, the more the title will become clearer. So until that time, right now, the title of the book is Return to Your Body. And that's what I feel like I'm doing. And as I get more and more clarity about what exactly I'm writing, then I think the title will come along. Also, I've learned more about what an introduction is. And even though I felt like what I wrote before was an introduction, it really was more of my story. An introduction is truly something that's written after the book is written, and you identify a problem and solution and how you help them through the book, how to use the book. And obviously I'm not going to know all of that until the book is mostly written, or at least that I have a clear outline, which I'm not quite there yet, and that's okay. So right now, I know one of my chapters is going to be about healing modalities. I have had the opportunity to have experienced many healing modalities. Someone had asked me what my top one was, what's my favorite, and it's hard to say, but I listed 4 of them. My top one is Alexander Technique. My second one is probably massage. Then we have acupuncture and chiropractic care. Those are probably my top 4 go-to body therapies. And I intend to write a chapter describing probably the dozen healing modalities that I've used. So that's coming. But today I want to talk about Alexander Technique. When I came upon the thought of conscious ease and bringing ease into my life, it's amazing what can happen. What happened for me is I found Alexander Technique. There's a lot to explain about that. Suffice it to say that FM Alexander created this technique to help himself. He was a performer who kept losing his voice, and he set up mirrors in his house to figure out exactly what he was doing posturally and with the tension in his body. And he figured out what he was doing. This was in the late 1800s, so he helped himself. And then it developed into a technique where he ended up working full-time, helping other people to release the tension in their body and move differently so that they could have a different balance in their body. So my definition for Alexander Technique is it's an unwinding and an undoing of unnecessary muscle tension patterns. So that's an unwinding and undoing of unnecessary muscle tension patterns. I found Alexander Technique in 2012 after that first car accident when that neck pain was truly unbearable. After my first session, I went back to Matt, who was the practitioner for me at the time. He's now gone on to do other things, so I don't see him anymore. But when I went back to my second session with him, I said, I have to know how to do this because it was the most profound experience I'd had. And as he had promised, the muscle tension patterns were gone completely. And as I worked with him for about a year, I don't remember how many sessions, honestly, but within very soon, because I was so in tune with the neck tension that was going on from that car accident, I was able to release neck tension pretty quickly. And when I say that, I mean I was able to release at very deep levels the tension that was being held by the muscles that were trying to protect the area that was damaged and hurt in the car accident. So that Alexander technique has been very, very profound for me. It helped me to discover a new balance in my body. And related to that is something called constructive rest. I'm going to demonstrate what that is because that helped me more than any neck traction machine. So if any of you are having any kind of neck pain at all, this is something that can truly help you. I try to do it every day. I was doing it after that first car accident when I first learned about it, like religiously every day. Now I'm doing it about 5 out of 7 days a week, and I did take a break for a while and wasn't doing it, and I find a huge, huge difference. So I also combine my meditation time with this position called constructive rest, meaning I lie in the position of constructive rest, and that's the position I'm in when I do my meditation. I know there's many schools of thought out there that you should be doing sitting meditations and you should be sitting a certain way in your posture or whatever. But I have found that doing the constructive rest in this lying down position and being able to do my meditation then is more, and my meditation is more like mindfulness, which I will get into in another video. But meditation in a constructive rest position puts me in touch with my body itself and releasing of the muscle tension patterns as much as possible without the help of an Alexander technique practitioner. And this particular position is supposed to be the most optimum to help release the tension in your body. So I'm going to awkwardly show you what that position is while I'm on video, and I think it's going to show you. So I have a book. There's some schools of thought out there. You can research what size book. I don't know. I just found this size book is what helps me. And the book goes on the very backbone of your head. So back here. So when you're lying on that book, the neck muscles get the message that they can release and relax. And I have found that they relax even more than if I was lying on a pillow. So I'm going to demonstrate. Here's the book. And it's more than just lying down on the book, because you're lying on the book. And there we go. Lying on the book. And your knees are bent. And as much as possible, you can put them towards each other or just keep them up. Your hands can go anywhere, but I've read that, basically if they're here, this is the most optimal position to allow your body to release and relax. And I have done this so many times that my body's already just melting down to the floor. And you can't really see from here at this angle, but if you do this and you have it on the very edge of that bone, you can feel that your neck muscles are just not activated at all. So when I'm lying in this position, I'll either play some soft music, and I have my own little eye pillow, and I'll put this on. And this is what I do for my daily meditations. I do them in a constructive rest position, and more on meditation another time, but that constructive rest position definitely makes a difference in my day. So that's all I have for today. I look forward to sharing with you again next week. Maybe I'll use next week to talk about meditation. Not really sure. That's my watch. Anyway, thanks for everything. I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm not redoing that video just because of my watch, but I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.